Welcome back to the Nomad Remnant. Let's get right into it. Why are Glocks absolutely the best purchase for a handgun on the market? Well, supply chain, magazines, reliability, simplicity of design are just some of the main reasons. But if you're going to spend your money on something that you need for your life, again, this is a preparedness Minuteman type of channel, and we look at things from a preparedness mindset. The Glock is the most easy gun. It is the easiest gun. It is the simplest gun to change parts on, to swap out replacement parts, to disassemble the firearm. You don't need to have a video, an education, a couple little simple tips and tricks on how to take the gun apart, which you can do with a pencil. You can work on this gun as if you were a gunsmith. Very simple design. That being said, almost all Glocks are interchangeable parts. So pretty much all the Gen 6s now are 100% interchangeable. The 17, the 45, and the 19, the slides are interchangeable. The recoil springs, every part on the gun is interchangeable, minus the barrel. Well, even the barrel is interchangeable on the new Gen 6s. But if you go to the Gen 5s, it's the same thing for the 45, the 19, and the 47. So, and the 26. The 26 is also compatible with those. So when if you needed multiple handguns, if you needed a Glock 19, a Glock 26, a Glock 45, and a 47, I mean, you have the full lineup of guns that are interchangeable parts. If one went down, you could harvest parts from another if you wanted to run a particular one. The magazines are all interchangeable. The same magazine fits in them all. Obviously, the shorter grips won't fit into a longer grip, but the longer grips will always fit into the shorter grips. On top of that, Glock magazines are the easiest magazines to find. Every gun store in America has a supply of Glock magazines. Probably some gas stations do in certain areas. So, also, in my opinion, the Glock magazine is absolutely the best designed magazine because it is a metal mag that has an additional layer of polymer around it. So for those of you who have dropped your metal mags on concrete and you get scratches and or dents, the Glock magazine is almost indestructible. It is absolutely the best magazine for like durability and longevity that's ever been made for a handgun. The addition of having that polymer layer on the outside really makes a difference in adding durability, as well as preventing dirt and dust and debris from getting inside of your magazine. The number one cause of a failure in a weapon system that is magazine fed is the magazine. And having a reliable magazine is very important to add to the reliability of a system, of a handgun. So the magazines itself make a massive difference. Also, I mean, almost every Glock comes with 3 magazines. So if you bought 3 Glocks, you would essentially have 9 magazines. You're almost at the 10 mark, right? 10 magazines, like instantly you have a supply chain right from out of the box. Also, their magazines are the most affordable magazines on the market. Nothing's cheaper than by picking up another Glock mag. When you're thinking about, hey, I have 3 guns, I should have 10 magazines per gun. Okay, well, the easiest way to do that is having a Glock and having the most affordable magazine that you can purchase. Similar to an AR, right? Your PMags, PMags, Duramags, metal mags are starting to get more expensive. So those are some of my philosophies on why the Glock is absolutely the best gun on the market. Also, the customization of a Glock is the simplest. You put a magwell on it, it still takes your regular magazines. With the M&P Smith & Wesson, there's only a few companies that make magwells. When you put a magwell on it, you therefore have to go back and buy base plates for every single one of these, say 30 mags that you're stocking up. You have to change all those base plates to work now in your gun because the way that it's designed with their magwell. So being able to change a trigger, add a magwell, I do think the MOS optic system, especially in the Gen 5s, is absolutely the best on the market. I have seen a lot of screws shear off in M&P 2.0s, and I don't know what the cause of that is. And I'm not saying it's an unreliable system, but I believe the Glock has got the best reliable system. The last thing, and I don't even know if this is the last thing, I can continue to go on, but the iron sights on a Glock are absolutely the best. Oh, they come with plastic sights. First of all, the plastic sights are very serviceable. In like daylight situations, they work, and many people haven't had them really breaking. So I thought the other night, I was like, what if they just put metal ones that look exactly like these plastic ones, to shut everybody up that says it comes with plastic sights? And then I thought about it for just 1 second, and I was like, but these actually work just fine. So like, what would be the point in making metal ones? Just to shut people up when like out of the box, you could run Glock factory sights and it works well. But what is the best thing about their sight system, their iron sight system, is the front sight doesn't need to be pushed in, tapped in, hit in. You have a sight tool for the rear where the gun locks in and you slide it in and out. And that usually is based on the rail system. But in the front, you pretty much have to mount it to a vise and tap it in and out. It is not as efficient. On top of that, you can have a double shift. So if your front sight shifts on one of these other guns that use a sliding system for their front sight, your sights are off. With a Glock, you only have to worry about the rear sight shifting instead of both sights shifting. So you can just have a sight tool that screws in the screw and change your rear sight, and you're good to go. You could change your sights in and out. So the way that they did this so long ago, I'm actually shocked that every company didn't just use Glock sights, and we would also all have sight companies that needed to make one type of sight and it would have been done. But you know, I guess they weren't really thinking out there. But that being said, guys, Glocks are absolutely the best handgun on the market for your money. They'll serve you very well. And unless you're buying something just to be different or to flex, then that's a whole different discussion. But if you're looking at how do I be prepared, have a reliable system that's very cost effective, definitely get yourself a Glock. The Glock is the way to go. That's the Nomad's 2 cents. Nomad is carrying a Glock all the time. So subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that like button. We're about to hit 3,000 subs. I appreciate every person that participates on my channel, dude. It means the world to me. Leaving a comment and subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, all that. That's, you know, a free way to support the channel. And other than that, guys, appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one. We got some more videos coming your way. Stay tuned. Over and out.